I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
Wow, there's a lot of effort in that one. We are Pop Culturists. This is the
prior conversation.
This is the Pop Culturist Lab Reports. We bring you all the big bits of news from this week. All those news can also be seen at popculturist.com. We also do updates at facebook.com/thepopculturist. Hey, Ben.
Very well.
I'm pretty good.
We don't see each other much
No,
now.
you're all busy working and stuff.
Working far away.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Story of my life, but no one wants to hear that.
No, a little bit.
I can't say I've done anything. I haven't played any games. I haven't watched any shows.
I played a game. I played Resident Evil.
I haven't watched any movies, but you played. You did play a game. In this very chair.
Yeah, I peed approximately here.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, cool. And if you notice, we're wearing our lovely new Pop Culturist merch that there's only one of, because shit's expensive. And I guarantee none of you want it.
And Ryan paid for it.
Yeah. But
this hat's really weird.
Why?
Like, it doesn't sit on the ears. Like,
hats normally sit on the ears?
For those of us without hair.
My head's fucking huge. I'm lucky if my hat gets any further than, say, here. Just kind of like rests on top. It's like Hey Arnold. But not football head, just fat head.
Gerald. His head's like that.
Yeah, if you put a hat on top, it'd be exactly that.
No, well, when you're bald and you don't have that cushion, come all the way. That's fine. I like it.
I think I should be
It's
fine.
actually comfortable.
I think baldness won't be a concern for me. But there has been some concerns come out this news. No. Starting with number one. After a legal dispute with Sky TV, a TV cable provider in the UK, No Man's Sky developer Hello Games has secured the rights to include the word Sky in the title. Studio founder Sean Murray shared the news in a post on Twitter saying, quote, "Yay! We finally settled with Sky. Bracket, they own the word Sky. Close bracket. We can call our game No Man's Sky. 3 years of secret, stupid, illegal nonsense over." Okay. In a subsequent post, Murray noted the dispute was the, quote, "same folks who made Microsoft change SkyDrive to OneDrive." Ellipses. So it was pretty serious. Back in 2013, the British Sky Broadcasting Group entered a trademark dispute with Microsoft, forcing the company to rebrand its cloud storage service. Could this have been the reason for the delay of the game until August 9?
You can trademark a word.
100%. The guys that make Candy Crush, they own the trademark for Candy. So anything that can potentially infringe on their copyright. Like if I was to make a game called Candy Penises, if they felt the need, they could be like, no, it can damage our trademark. People assume Candy Crush. And you know, when you have a penis, you crush box with it. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think of but either way, if Candy,
I get it. Stop. Just fucking stop. But as for the delay, come on, as for the delay, maybe.
I think it would have played a very pivotal role.
I guess because
if they can't release it under No Man's Sky.
Okay, let's have some fun. What would they have called it if they couldn't use it?
No Man's
hole.
Oh no, just No Man's.
No Man's penis.
No Man's space. No Man's journey. No, because then I got in trouble with the Journey game for PlayStation. You know what I would have called it? No Man's Grand Theft Auto Advanced Warfare 1.
Infinite.
Done. No problems there. Hyphen Bloodborne.
Or No Man's area above. That is a thing that we can't say.
Yeah, No Man's area above the horizon where clouds and the sun live.
But not clouds because we're...
But we can't use cloud. Yeah, and then in brackets, but we can't use cloud because it's trademark. It's a fucking long title.
Number 2! Before we go on too long with that. Finding Dory had a record-breaking debut at the North American box office this weekend.
Yes.
Dylan, you saw it, didn't you?
I did.
By yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, lovingly by himself. He mandated himself.
Second row from the front.
Oh, nice.
Second row from the front? That must have been a damn full theatre.
I was trying not to be the creepy guy up the back by myself.
Oh, so you did it at the front. So everyone can watch you from the back. Be like, look at that guy all creepy down there.
Just watching a movie.
I'm not touching my dick.
Mommy, why is that big man in here?
It's like, why has that man got no children, Mom?
Why is that man not wearing any pants?
He's sad and alone, Sean. He's sad and alone.
coming in first place with 136.2 million. Pixar and Disney's sequel comes a whopping 13 years after its beloved predecessor, Finding Nemo, which Dylan also saw by himself when he was appropriate age.
His parents just let him out, like, I don't give a fuck.
Just fuck off.
He's like, I'm going to see Finding Nemo, and he like wanders off. Very liberal parents.
With an incredibly successful opening weekend that now stands as the biggest domestic debut of all time for an animated movie and 18th highest debut overall. As noted by THR, the film's record-breaking figure dethroned DreamWorks' Shrek the Third, yes, which opened to 121.6 million in 2007. Additionally, Finding Dory pulled in another 50 million internationally. Thank you, Dylan. Bringing in its... Yay, we need your soundboard. Bringing its worldwide earnings to 186.2 million. Where's my spot? It also set a new record for Pixar in both China and Australia, earning 17.5 million and 7.6 million in their respective regions. Thank you, Dylan. Well done.
And Brittany.
Oh, Brit, sorry. Oh, of course she did.
Yeah.
She wrote the thing on our
She
website.
did write the review, which can be seen at popcultures.com.
I was doing it.
You want to do it together? You want to point, and then we'll make you do this, and then Dylan does the rest? There we go. Done.
Oh, we cross streams.
Yeah.
Best me.
See, this is... when they mentioned, like, the whopping 13 years, like, that seems like a real long time, but marketing, like, in terms of a market standpoint, I don't know what they... Obviously, they didn't do it intentionally, but people that saw it when they were a kid, or when they were in their, like, early teens, they've now got kids, and they'll take them to that movie. Double tickets.
Yeah, well, it's exactly like what Toy Story have done.
Yeah.
Because, we were kids when we saw Toy Story 1, and I saw Toy Story 3 with my two kids in the cinema. Like, it's growth. Multi-generational growth.
And Finding Nemo was incredibly successful, so it does not surprise me in the slightest that Finding Dory did well.
And, Dory, arguably the most mainstream character from that film.
Yeah.
Obviously because it's Alan DeGeneres doing the voice, but everyone knows Dory.
Yeah, compared to, say...
If you said, you know the character Marlin, well, who the fuck's that? Nemo's dad. You say Dory, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Dory.
But, like, in terms of... the example I use would be The Hangover, right? You know when they released the second and the third Hangover, they're like, the Asian guy, they just, like, kept bringing him more and more and more. But, like, he was a character that would settle to he should have been left to the side. Where Dory was a side character, like a secondary character in Finding Nemo, but she was so well written and so well, like, executed that they're like, well, we want to give her a backstory or give her more story, and it didn't seem out of place in the world that they've built. No.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say because I haven't seen it, but I haven't heard a bad thing about that movie.
No, it doesn't surprise me that in the slightest that he's doing that good. But what is surprising me, though, is number 3. The Warcraft movie has now taken more at the box office than any previous video game adaptation.
Yes!
Duncan Jones' film has fared very well in China, contributing over $200 million to its combined $377.6 million worldwide, according to Box Office Mojo. That sets it above previous record holder Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which took $335 million back in 2010. That's even adjusting for inflation. In today's money, Prince of Persia took approximately $370 million. The difference between territories is pretty stark. In the US, the movie suffered a 73% fall in weekend ticket sales, making it the third largest first weekend to second weekend drop-off in US cinema history.
It's the first one, BBS.
Maybe. After 2009's Friday the 13th remake and 50 Shades of Grey. There's your answer. In China, however, it's the biggest debut for a foreign film in the country's cinema history.
Of course it was. It's World of Warcraft, man. Like, these numbers are expected. When they peaked at, 16 million active players, probably, 5 or 6 years ago, this was going to be huge regardless if the movie was crap or not. There's a lot of people that wanted to see it. See,
that's why this drop-off statistic that they tend to keep pulling out.
Yeah, I don't
understand it, because it just means that everyone saw it the first week.
Exactly. No
one went back.
There's not a lot of people that go 2 weekends in a row to see the same movie.
No people can afford
we saw BVS twice.
In the same week.
But it was BVS.
The point I'm making is, we saw it in the 1 week. So in terms of the numbers, it doesn't work, because we saw it both in the same opening weekend. Yeah. It
It is in my opinion, a great movie. probably because I played the game and I know the lore and I know the characters. Like, I guess for people that haven't played the game and don't know the lore, there would have been things like, oh, well, I don't quite understand what's kind of... But for me, like, I know everything. So just to see it all play out, I could fill the gaps myself.
Yeah, so I was talking about some people at work. No, I've not seen the movie either because I just don't... It's not really up my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I think you should see it purely for the cinema spectacle.
I kind of want to see it for how the orcs look in terms of the mocap. That really tickles my fancy. But to matter at work, they were saying that it's kind of trying to balance that hardcore audience with the new audience. So it sits somewhere roughly in the middle, but in a way that they acknowledge that these characters are big and they rely on you knowing their history, but there's not enough character development to make the newcomers understand who those characters are. But they've sort of bastardized some of the lore.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, it's not the kind of lore you can simplify. Like, Warcraft is just a game, but the lore runs so deep. Yeah,
because there's at least 9 or 10 games, excluding expansions, plus graphic novels, plus novels themselves.
It's an incredibly expansive universe, and changes have to be made for the big screen. I thought we could all accept this by now. Like our comic book characters. Changes have to be made for the big screen to make it coherent. But yeah, as a fan of Warcraft anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Sweet.
I thought it was fantastic.
Dylan saw it too. He called it Warcraft. So there's that answer.
That's not crap.
He's seen a lot of movies this week, the last 2 weeks.
I think he just needs to go with a friend.
He's really alone.
Just go with someone and you might enjoy yourself.
And the worst part is he keeps asking me to go to the movies. And I'm like,
no. For those at home, Dylan's sitting right there.
He keeps asking.
Myself over this side.
See, it's like he puts me in a predicament because he's like, "Hey, you want to go to the movies?" I'm like, "I do."
But he lives with you. You can't pretend you're busy.
I'm like, "I'm sorry, I have to vacuum." And the worst part is because I can't go to the movies because Millie's like, "I want to go to the movies." Like, do you want to see Warcraft? No. Fuck.
Then
I have to shuffle to the...
She's pregnant, man. I can't.
I have to shuffle to the lounge. I'm like, Dylan,
I'm not let it go.
He's like, fine. There's a mad Tinder search. No one wants to see Warcraft.
Millie's like, yeah, go. And you're like, yay! Yay!
He's by himself. He's sad. Adding an extra salt to his popcorn with his tears.
His salty tears. Speaking of salty tears, number 4. The official logo. I already spoiled it. Dylan, put it on the screen, please. And synopsis for Justice League.
It's actually written down there, because I would forget. Thank you, Dylan.
Have been announced. It reads as follows. Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally, Diana Prince, to face an even greater enemy.
Oh, they refer to her as Diana Prince now. That's good.
They did. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans.
Too soon? Spoilers?
Prince.
Oh. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, we can say the word Prince. It's not too soon.
It's not trademarked.
Yeah. Yeah, unless she was the artist formerly known as Diana Prince. Like, that's the only time it could be a problem.
That's kind of tying in with the rebirth story. Who am I? I'll start from that sentence again. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against this newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented League of Heroes, except for the Marvel one, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, it may already be too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions. Directed by Zack Snyder, this marks the big screen debut of the Justice League, featuring an all-star lineup: Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Ray Fisher. Jesse Eisenberg has announced that he will also be returning as Lex Luthor. Justice League hits theaters in November of 2017. I wonder if those bells are still ringing then.
Well, that's pretty much like what we thought. When I was like...
He's still in the jail cell going...
When we talked about, like, well, what are they going to do with the sequel? Like, oh, they're going to form a team and fight something. But originally we pitched that it was going to be Darkseid.
It was confirmed, I guess, between when you did this and that it's...
Steppenwolf. Not that 80s band known for the magic carpet ride. Although, if they drop that in the It'd like punch him. It's like, I like to dream. Like that'd be fucking sweet.
I could actually picture that with like the Flash.
Yeah.
And doing
Oh, they Quicksilver, straight up copy Quicksilver. What's this guy's name? Steppenwolf. All right. I like to dream.
That'd actually be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm glad because when we talked about what if they did pull Darkseid out now? Like it'd be way too soon.
Yeah.
Like you're pulling out your Thanos. You're pulling out your big
gun.
Big villain, like straight up, and I guess that's not a good idea.
Does that mean like with their movie slate? Because we originally pitched ideas of there'll be Darkseid, Brainiac, like maybe not now because they've introduced Steppenwolf, so maybe Darkseid is going to be the big bad at the end of the Justice League movies, and they won't use Brainiac at all because
potentially, or they use
Steppenwolf's
Brainiac
kind of filled a gap and pushed Darkseid back to where Brainiac would be in the movie universe.
Well, it depends. I think that maybe they use Brainiac as a villain for one of the other films.
Like a solo film.
Like a solo film?
Well, I think he seems too big for that. Though.
Yeah, but but on paper, Brainiac's weird. Like, you try to tell the average person who Brainiac is, and like, he's here to shrink worlds. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
He puts them on his cock ring.
Yeah, he puts them in little glass jars, and then he just sits them on a shelf. That's what he does. So that part is true, and the Zack Snyder did also mention that there will no longer be a Justice League Part 2. It'll just be Justice League 2. Because he doesn't want to sort of have that half-story sort of thing.
Yeah, that's
wants to make it its own self-contained little thing. I'm like, that's fine.
They also released from a mini preview screening some dialogue between Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen.
Awesome.
What's
come out this week for Justice League, by the way?
Spoilers, maybe. Not really. Just a bit of dialogue between Bruce and Barry, not Batman and the Flash. Like the first time they meet. Seems like fun. From what I read, it seems like Ezra's Flash is going to be like really what we hoped for. Like fun and kind of lighthearted. Not as far as comic relief, but the relatable character.
Well, from all sources, they're pretty much saying, we heard you lecture the comment, Dylan, I just ignored it because fuck you.
You do not want to run away from this guy.
yeah, he's like, oh, that guy's really fast. It's like, that guy smells like fish. It's like, Aquaman.
Is this guy with his phone all the technology?
That guy's always on his phone. God, I love making fun of that.
One of the lines.
Love making fun of that.
One of the lines. Barramundi. Barry Allen said to Bruce when Bruce is like, "We're doing this. Do you want to join?" He's like, "Yes, please. I need friends."
And then I've also mentioned that Ben Affleck has not locked down a Batman script yet.
He's not happy
with it. So he's just kind of still working on it and tweaking it, which makes sense.
Which is
as long as he crosses out everything that says Jason Todd, I'll be very happy.
Don't want the Todd?
No, I'm sick of the Todd. But
it just makes me think of Scrubs. Like Red Hood's there, he takes it off and it's Todd from Scrubs.
Yeah, he's like,
Batman, your mom
you know who I am. But next bit of news. Bryan Cranston's role in Lionsgate's upcoming Power Rangers movie has been revealed. In a post on Twitter, the Breaking Bad star announced that he will be playing the Rangers' mentor, Zordon, or that big head in the sky. Quote, this is from his tweet, excited to play hashtag Zordon in the hashtag Power Rangers movie, exclamation mark, T or F, semicolon, hashtag Blue Ranger, Billy Cranston was named after which actor, question mark, https twitter.com/Power Rangers. What? This is all in the tweet, verbatim. This won't be the first time Cranston is involved in the Power Rangers, of course, having voiced a number of characters for the TV series when he was much younger, and in fact, the Blue Ranger is named after him, and with both sharing the name of Cranston. And Power Rangers opens on March 24, 2017.
Exactly a year after BBS.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look,
okay. Someone put on YouTube like a mashup from Breaking Bad when the Power Rangers go in to talk to Zordon, and it's Walter White doing his I'm the one who knocks monologue. It's fucking awesome. It's so funny because as they're reacting in the show, they're like, They're reacting to what he's saying. Like, it fits. It's amazing.
Excellent. I say, look, it's great because remember when they talked about Bryan Cranston coming to join the Power Rangers movie? It was really kind of cool and fitting, and I like a little tilt of the hat to what he's done in the past, and they're giving him a big role in this. All they need to do is bring that Green Ranger guy in, whose name Jason Frank.
I don't remember.
The guy that plays the Green Ranger.
I remember Tommy, the only Power Ranger.
It's Jason David Frank?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. He's one of those three namers. If they put him in there somewhere, it would just be a nice fan service. And I'm still not quite sure what they're going to do with this. But after rewatching a bit more of the first season, I would like them to do anything else. That show is actually appalling.
It's very bad. They just need to bring in Aaron Paul.
Yeah,
To be the robot. What's it, Alpha?
Alpha, yeah. Rangers, science, bitch.
Yo, Mr. White.
Yo, Zordon. That'd be great.
Morphin time, bitch. Number 6 and final bit of news for the night. Sony's PlayStation Neo won't affect the PlayStation 4's life cycle. Shuhei Yoshida, president of Worldwide Studios at Sony Interactive Entertainment, said the PlayStation 4 is the PlayStation 4, Yoshida added, and the new high-end PS4 is still PS4, so the life cycle is not going to be shorter. His statements echo what Sony Interactive Entertainment president Andrew House said about the PlayStation Neo, sitting alongside and complementing the standard PS4. In an interview with German website GameWelt TV, Yoshida declined to comment on the console's details. When the studio is ready, he'll have information to share. Like House, Yoshida mentioned that he was surprised Microsoft announced its upgraded Xbox One console, Project Scorpio, during E3. In a quote, "I was not expecting them to talk about Project Scorpio," he said. "It's very, very super interesting what they are doing." After a previous report suggested the PS Neo will see a release by September, another source has claimed knowledge of a 2016 launch for Sony's mid-generation upgrade. Eurogamer's Richard Ledbetter has now said that several sources have indicated to me that the PlayStation Neo launches this year despite its E3 no-show. Ledbetter... It's just a weird word to read. Ledbetter previously confirmed the code name and specifications of the PS4 Neo well before Sony's official confirmation, so it can be considered a reliable source.
So this is very interesting. So having Andrew House confirmed before E3 the Neo is a thing. He's referred to it as Neo. Maybe that's it knows it's supporting Ledbetter's previous claims that its in-house name is called Neo. Having Shuhei Yoshida come out as well. So that's two high execs at PlayStation, not just acknowledging its existence, but sort of talking about what they have planned for it. Now, understandably, Shuhei would not talk about the specs.
No.
Because they've
probably taken it back to the drawing board.
From the information that was leaked a while ago that we reported here as well, it is staggeringly underpowered compared to Project Scorpio.
Shits all over it.
But
maybe that was part of their plan. You know, I've said this before. What if they started the rumours about the Neo to make Xbox?
They dropped the inside of them.
They're doing this, and then they made Microsoft show their hand, so they can see what they're doing, and then go, oh, okay.
So maybe with not just this guy, but they've gone. Oh, what?
Oh, the Neo. Oh,
so, what's those notes?
No.
You shouldn't look at those notes. Yeah. They're secret.
That's private and classified.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the bait and switch, now they've seen what Microsoft's got. But if it's being pegged for a launch, later this year, how much time do they really have to do anything major? That's
the concern. It's like, if it is scheduled for the end of this year, they would have already spoken to the parts manufacturers.
It's all lined up.
There'd be a contract in place. Yeah. They can't just be like, well, we're going to go back to it. Can you not make stuff for us? So that would be very interesting for them to tackle.
It doesn't sound like a big deal, but behind the scenes,
in terms of a dollar value, it's going to be huge. Now with Project Scorpio, it looks like that they're going for a new console, not a new console iteration,
a new generation.
They're going to jump. Now you could
jump to your PC for all the exclusive titles too.
A lot of other people, a lot of commentators have talked about how the time between the Xbox 360 360 was 4 years as well, which is the same amount of time that's currently sitting. So it's not past them to put out a game, a new console in that time. And especially that they are sitting so far behind the PS4, it would make sense.
If they are looking at it as a new console, are they holding themselves back by it not actually being a new console? Because now their games have to work on both and backwards compatibility. Like, are they holding back what they could be doing if it was a standalone, here's the next
Microsoft is like, Microsoft?
Microsoft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they holding themselves back by having it tie in with the Xbox One?
I think if Sony are doing this iterative design, as in it's still a PS4 but better, like it's a little bit different. Like there is a problem. As much as I love PlayStation, that is a problem. Because they will have to make two versions of the same PS4 game. Whereas if Scorpio is a brand new console, because like the wording of the Microsoft conference was it's backwards compatible with it's backwards compatible across the board, which means any new Xbox One game that's available or comes out can be played on Scorpio. The same way that you can now play 360 games on the Xbox One.
Are they holding back development of these brand new games to take advantage of these 6 teraflops?
No,
because the people that don't have Scorpio won't be able to play it, or are they doing what PlayStation has said to be doing and making it workable on both? The devs have to make sure it works on both.
They've not mentioned like the wording once again with Phil Spencer. He never mentioned that this is the new Xbox One.
Yeah,
he just said this is the new Xbox or the new version of Xbox. Like that's not like that might be hyperbole, like might not be exactly, but. He's sort of implying that this is. He talks about generationless. It's like it's sort of building on this thing. So PlayStation have the tough part there.
But what I'm getting at is like with the Xbox exclusives, when they get made, are they going to make the Scorpio and one version?
No, they just make a PC. They just make a PC version which can run at higher specs. Because if it is that play everywhere or their version of crossplay, they make the high end PC version. They can run it on Scorpio and they can run it on Xbox One. It's just downgrading it.
Sounds like a lot of fucking around.
Yeah, we're not the ones that do it.
I just want one.
All we do is this show. That's all we do, and that's come to a close.
Yeah.
So
I just want one box.
One box.
One
box that plays
console.
everything. I guess in this box plays Microsoft. There's none of that.
No, I don't give a shit about that. No, I just want one console to play my games. I don't want other models. Yeah.
That's right. Later this year.
Later
this year, I'll be buying that Neo because I am silly with my money. But as I said. All we do is this. We don't make games.
No, we don't know
none of that crap. We just talk about things on the internet. And we can see also where we write things on the internet, popculturist.com. When we do things at facebook.com/popculturist.
Exciting news, actually.
Yeah.
I should have my internet on Monday. It's been a month already.
Is it dying a little bit?
Yeah. You might have noticed me be a little bit flatter the last few weeks.
It's just that lack of internet depression.
Even I upgraded my phone. I got 17.5 gig of data. I'm like, that will last me until the end of the month. I'm at like 14 gig. two weeks left of it.
Look, your no internet depression's pretty sad, but it's not as sad as Dylan going to the movies by himself at 11 in the morning. But I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Poor Dylan.
If you also are in Geelong and need a movie buddy, go on Tinder and find Dylan.
Please take him to the movies. I can't.
10:30 a.m.
I can only say no so many times before he gets suspicious.